Hello and welcome to Ula Tea Leaf Readings. My name is Lenor, and tonight I'm going to be reading your tea leaves. This is a horoscope for Leo. If Leo is your solar, lunar, ascendant/rising sign, then this is a message for you. All right, let's get started. Okay, and let's see what these tea leaves have to say tonight. Okay. These look like pretty energetic formations here. And so the card for this reading is the Princess of Swords. And this is somebody who, they're really just starting to form new ideas. There is an emotional attachment, I would say, to the things that they are discovering. You know, when I see this card, I think a lot about people who are maybe like socially active, environmentally active. They kind of involve themselves in causes. They are community kind of aware, right? And still have that energy, that focus, that motivation to help others, help themselves, but especially help others, right? They're forming a lot of their ideas, their understandings about the world. And this doesn't have to be when we're young. You know, this can happen throughout our lives. Oh, hello. Hello. Here we go, TT. All right. So, I'm going to actually just get this cat here. And we're going to come over here, miss. You are just going to be knocking stuff. So, I want to look at this face that I saw here. Oh, hi. Hi. I know I should be in bed with you. Okay, let's see. We have eyes and a nose and kind of a mouth, almost kind of a unhappy look, you know, just almost like dread, maybe a sense of melancholy. We also have a person here with their arms kind of hanging and kind of almost, when I look at this, I think of just really almost like a fainting spell or just a sense of being quite forlorn, right? Upset, just beside themselves, right? Kind of a very dramatic expression of sorrow. Okay. We also have up here. Well, hello. Let's not put your butt in the thing there. Okay. We have. It looks a little bit like a skull here. Can you come over here, Mama? Come on. Thank you. You come sit on my lap. We have a bit of a skull right here. You can see the eyes and the nose and the mouth, okay? And so, I look at this overall image, and let me just say, I don't think that there is any evidence towards, death or anything, or illness or any kind of ailment. But I do see this, and I see it as maybe a person who is a little bit older. Do you want to go see what's going on? Go see what he's doing in there. Oh my goodness, these cats, they just fall. They're doing all kinds of stuff. The other cat, Pudgy Deer, is in the other room messing around with stuff, and it has TT all interested. Okay, so an older person with this image, this face, okay? And I get that impression. I don't know why. I think it's the hair, maybe. This little peak right here. I almost imagine kind of like a hair pulled back into a bun or something. Now, I feel like there is a sense of turmoil here, okay? Being at odds with somebody else in the family, maybe. I feel like we have two people that are fairly vocal about how they feel about things, their beliefs, their maybe like political, religious, the things that, as much as I like do these readings and, I'm very like out there about, my, I don't hide things about myself. Let's just say that. But, I am still kind of that person. I don't talk to people about religion or my politics or, anything like that. Just because it really can become so divisive, right? Even when we feel very passionate about things. And, I really believe so much in people's free will. And I've seen so often, as we all have, families really fall apart. Friendships really fall apart. Communities really kind of become quite cut off from one another due to things that really shouldn't be other people's business, really. Or, beliefs that ultimately can be shifting. That's the thing for me as well, is I don't really know. I don't know how I feel about every single thing. I don't know if I'm going to feel the same way in a day or a week or years from now. I don't want to ruin relationships, based on how I feel in this moment. And so, I see this and I feel like there is this kind of really, there's turmoil here, okay? And, I'm not trying to say anything about anybody's, how I went through the last few years as everybody else did, and it's been a lot, especially, I don't know about anywhere else in the world, but in America, a lot of families really broke apart because of a variety of things that came up in the world. And I'm not judging that. I have family. I know. I understand things have been rough. Hopefully they've gotten a little bit better, but I look at this and I see that there is this sense of just regret. I think there's a sense of feeling adrift. I turn this and I see these figures, these people who are reaching out to each other. They won't necessarily admit that they miss each other, that they maybe feel they shouldn't have said certain things. They shouldn't have gotten so upset or, in the modern time, blocked each other, or, whatever it is that happened. And, but then it's like this matter of pride that comes up. And, as I'm reading this and I'm thinking, I don't even know that this directly involves you, that you're even one of the two parties here. I feel like you're kind of in the middle somewhere. And, just really hoping that these family members can get it together, finally. Just maybe there's even been a sense of mediating for you, trying to just come on, like we can just forget about that stuff. Let's move forward. We're family, we're friends, and it just has become such a drama that it's hard to figure out what is the road forward, right? And I see we have a bull here, okay? The body and we have the horns here, and there's this energy of really just immovable, right? Unwilling to make any kind of considerations, or I don't know, put them in a position where anybody has to admit that maybe this wasn't the right way to go with this, or maybe it's time to kind of come back together. So ultimately, I think that there is this feeling of wanting to move on, right? Move past it. I feel like it really is pretty inconsequential stuff. And I think, and I see we have this figure that's kind of, we have this one, and there is a person here, but it's almost kind of like they're dissipating, but there's the heart, right? And we have a heart right here as well. And I look at it and I think, okay, so it's almost like feeling like disappearing. You want to disappear from the situation. So there's a lot of love, but you just don't want to be involved anymore. There's just, it feels, have you ever been around like somebody or a group of people who they get so impassioned by their conflict that it's like it takes all of the air out of the room? There's no room for anybody else to be or do or express themselves. It's all about this, right? And if you don't if you're not super diplomatic about it, you're gonna get pulled in on one side or the other, and it's going to be conflict and so on. So I feel that really right now for you, those boundaries are super important. The grounding work, mindfulness, disengaging. Okay. When you feel like it's too much, you have to walk away. Now, I'm not saying forever, but do not spend your vital resources, your energies, your heart, trying to figure this out for other people. If they want to, make amends with one another, they will. You can't fix that. I think that, the best in my experience, and, I really have made this kind of my own personal law, is that you just tell people straight up, I'm not going to talk about other people with you, with anybody. I don't want to talk badly. I'm only here, for us to build. I'm only here for us to figure things out. I'm only here for us to support each other. And you know what? People sometimes don't want to hear that. They might even get real angry at you when you tell them, I don't want to gossip. I don't have anything negative to say. I don't want to say anything negative. Even if I feel, negative, I don't want to say it. Because then they feel like, oh, you're you're not going to engage. You're too good to, or you think you're better than that, or, whatever it is. And, but the reality is, if you stick to that posture with people, they know that they can't come to you to be a person to talk badly about each other. And, and that actually creates a lot of peace in your life. They might not call you as often. They might not, you might not be the first one to find out about things. But, you know what? It's worth the peace. It really is. Okay, so we have, the symbol of Saturn. I love seeing this. You know what? Today, as I'm recording this, it is actually 11/11, the 11/11 portal. And I just got my Saturnalia tree up, one of my Christmas trees, but it's black and I think it's really pretty, and I call it our Saturn tree. And so I see this and I think, oh yes, that it's almost Capricorn season. We not exactly there yet. We have another, we have Sagittarius coming up next, and it is. We're almost into these holidays, all the mini holidays that coincide with this time of year, and with that Saturnian energy, things do slow down a little bit. Yeah, and they can start to feel a little bit quieter, a little bit slower. A time for introspection, a time for taking care of yourself, a time to, dream in those long nights. Allow yourself to rest, really, really rest, and be mindful of the melancholy, because that is a big part of that Saturn energy is the melancholia, or these kind of blue or depressive states that fall over as that lead of Saturn takes hold, that heavy metal, and so we work against that. We do the things that we know, whatever that is for you personally. I think a big thing, like where I live, it's very cold. So it's not just that we have snow, which we do, but it's just so bitterly cold. And, then you don't go outside as much. And when you don't go outside as much, you don't get the, nutrients from the sun, the vitamin D and such, vitamin C or whatever you get. So supplementing those things are important, or getting a light box. Here a lot of people have light therapy, and in my experience, a big thing, intentional movement. To your level of ability. It doesn't have to be too much, but, walking or, or whatever, cleaning the house, dancing, going for a little ride around in the car, or whatever it is, just getting out and moving about. Okay, it doesn't always have to be exercise in the way we think of exercise, but TT, she got a booger on me. But there are ways to keep ourselves going, and so keep that in mind as these dark nights get longer. And if you're in the southern hemisphere, I know, I'm sorry, I'm just in it. I'm in the thick of it. The nights are long already, you know, and I'm sure that you all are having some beautiful weather, probably very hot. And so enjoy it for us all. Yeah, enjoy it. But don't get too burnt out in that heat. That's the thing for me. I get so worn out by the end of summer. The growing season and all of that, the gardens. I need to slumber for 6 months before I'm ready again. So anyhow, let's go ahead and look at the Dreamer's Deck, 40 affirmations for pursuing your dreams from the I Know collection. And we're going to go ahead and look and see where that feels right there. And we're going to see what it has to say. It says, I know that I have everything it takes to build the life of my dreams. I am capable. And you are. And you are. You are capable. Sometimes it's hard to remember that. Life is not easy. It's not easy. And you know what? We are programmed to want for things that do not benefit us all the time. And the universe gets in our way and it says, hey, this is not going to make you happy. This is not realistic. This is not the thing. And, you know, and then we don't achieve those, you know, things that we think we want, we desire. And it feels like we're failing. But you know what? You know, I'm a big believer in the humble life, the little life, the quiet life. You know, part of that's probably because I've been poor most of my life. But you know what? I have found a lot of happiness in it all. It's been a struggle, but having a small life is manageable. You know, I know what I can do and I know what I have to work with. And, you know, there's something powerful about that. There is. So, Leo, who is probably laughing at me as I say a humble life. You all are great achievers, aren't you? You are, and you all actually are usually very just something to behold, really. So maybe maybe talking to the wrong group of people. But you know what? I have a lot of Leo placements too, so maybe not. I don't know. I'm going to go ahead and say thank you for spending this time with me. It is always such an honor. It truly is. And if you would be so kind as to like the video, it really helps the channel a lot. And I want to mention I am starting a schedule. Leo will be read on Mondays from now on. And some days I'll be doing bonus readings along with the set schedule. So there might be other Leo readings throughout the week. So definitely, if you haven't subscribed, think about doing that. And if you do, hit that little bell. It'll let you know when the videos are coming out. So I don't want you to miss, you know, in case I do a bonus Leo. But, you know, they will be on Mondays. And if you want to leave a comment, please do. I read them all. They mean a lot to me. They really, honestly, keep me wanting to do these readings. And I love connecting with you all so much. Okay, Leo, I thank you. We'll talk in a few days. Bye-bye.